woman who wants to go from basic, disconnected, and maybe even downright bored in the bedroom to somebody who's confident, empowered, and knows exactly what to say and do so that you go wild and your man does too. You are in the right place because that is exactly what I'm going to talk about in today's episode of Your Sexual Revolution, the podcast. My name is Amaya Shiva, and I teach neuroscience-backed frameworks of erotic connection and play to women and couples who want to have great sex and healthy relationships. Be sure to like and subscribe if that's you. So this is a topic near and dear to my own heart because I went through this, and I went through this numerous times. The relationship starts out wonderful, the sex starts really good, and then fizzle, where'd it go? That is part of what sent me on this journey of becoming a sex educator and relationship coach after getting divorced. And what I learned along the way not only helped me to have an incredible sex life, call in an amazing partner, but it also helped me understand all the ways in which I had really been confused and how I had been taught the wrong information about sex and even about men. And all of that comes together to make your sex life way worse than it needs to be. Because look, sex and connection are one of the most beautiful parts of life and partnership. So in order to help you get that kind of sex and relationship that you want, I'm going to talk to you about the number one myth about men that is actually destroying your intimacy and levels of pleasure that are possible for you because you believe this. And I'm going to reveal the number one mistake that you and most women are making when it comes to sex. And I'm going to teach you exactly what to do instead so that you and your man can have an absolutely beautiful, delicious, and hot time in the bedroom instead of wondering, am I ever going to have good sex again? Because that's a horrible place to be. And if that's you, you're not alone. Only 38% of couples report feeling satisfied in their sex lives. And as somebody who supports women and couples in my practice, I know what you're going through. And I also know that there is a solution. So listen up. So I want to talk a little bit about the lie you've been sold about sex and where that's coming from, because you have been getting bombarded with it your whole life. And what I'm talking about right now is the lie that Hollywood is shoving down your throat and that's causing so many women to think something is wrong with them and so many men to think something is wrong with them as well. And here's what I'm talking about. Look, sex education in this country is abysmal. And the people who are having great sex are the ones who actually invest their time and energy in learning erotic skills. Most people don't do that. And here's what's happening. You've been conditioned to believe that you should get turned on in about 30 seconds, and then you should all of a sudden be up against a wall getting railed by your partner. And if your sex life doesn't look like that, something's very wrong. But actually, what's wrong is the way that sex is being portrayed in Hollywood. Look, women need at least 30 minutes of foreplay. We have very sensitive systems when it comes to arousal and desire, and with good reason. Sex is a very biologically risky activity for the ladies. There are all kinds of risks that our brains are designed to take into consideration. And because of that, we need more time and energy put into creating the right environment so that part of your brain that's like, wait, is this safe? Is this going to be okay? Can I trust this person to take care of me? Can actually shut off. And here's the first thing that you can do and why it's so important. Number one, do not have sex every time you get intimate with your partner. Do not have sex when you're tired and you're feeling like shit, and do not leave sex for last. That's actually three things, but they're all so important, and they all kind of go into this bucket of how you are relating to your sex life and your connection practices. Because connection with your partner should be a practice. This shouldn't be something that you're leaving as the very least important thing in your relationship. If you are prioritizing your laundry and socks over your sex life, it will show in your partnership. So what can you do instead, right? What can you do instead of having sex every time it's time to get intimate? What I tell all of my clients and what I do in my own life is this: 50% of your erotic play should not be focused on genitals, meaning you don't touch them, you're not having sex, and that's not the focus of the experience. Here's why. When you leave 50% of your erotic play to exploration, here's what happens. Number one, you start to get really present with yourself and your partner. And this is in part because there's no longer this goal of orgasm to distract you from how present and how pleasurable this experience actually is. Sex and orgasm are beautiful, but people rely on them so that you can feel like, check, we did that thing, now we don't have to worry about it, instead of being in genuine, deep connection. This is especially important for both women and men on a neurological and hormonal level, and here's why. Women bond through oxytocin, and oxytocin is released through intimacy, through sensual touch, through massage, like this. We need that. Men bond through vasopressin, which is a cousin to oxytocin, very, very similar in structure, only two different endings on the molecule. And how vasopressin is released is through creating a plan and structure with a partner. So when you create erotic containers and you frame it like this, hey, I'd like to experiment with this so that I can get a deeper turn on and feel more connected to you, your man's going to get excited about this, right? And this brings me perfectly and precisely into the next secret I want to share with you, which is this. The number one myth about men is that they only care about sex and orgasm. It is not true. Yes, it is very, very important. Men are wired for sex in a different way as compared to women. There's more space in the brain devoted to it. And what men really want with their partners is to do a great job. And when you create very clear boundaries around an experience and you say very clearly what you want, this is exciting for men because it lets him know exactly what to do. It lets them know exactly how to make you happy. And honestly, that's what men want. Men want to make women happy. Men are amazing. They just aren't given the chance because that's not how we're conditioned to communicate and interact with one another in our culture. So hear me when I say this. Let him know what you want to try and experience and what the boundary is. Because look, here's the truth of long-term relationship, right? Nobody starts out saying, boy, I sure hope I find an amazing partner, and then we slowly disconnect from each other and start having less and less sex that gets more and more mediocre, or maybe we even just stop having it. Like, that's not the goal. That's nobody's goal. But that's what happens to so many people unless you start to get intentional about your erotic connection practices. So that's what we are doing today. Just quick review of what I've already talked about. Number one, 50% of your erotic play should not be focused on genitals or orgasm. Number two, men actually want to know what you want and they love your boundaries. And number three, here's exactly how you can do it. So I'm a very creative person, right? There's a reason I got into this work because it is truly limitless in what you can create and experience with your partner. Part of that is having boundaries and making them very, very clear. Now, this sounds counterintuitive to a lot of people, again, because you haven't been taught that, but that's why you're here, right? You're here because you're not a sheeple. Like, you want to think for yourself and learn amazing, powerful new techniques of connection. And so listen up, because this is your opportunity. So something I teach all of my clients how to do is what's called sexploration, right? And basically what you're going to do with your partner is you are going to decide how much time you want to set aside for this connection. And then you're going to split it in two, right? Even if it's only 30 minutes, you're each going to get 15-minute interval. And then you're going to ask for what you want. That's it. And you're going to see if your partner is on board, because remember, we also need them to like what they're doing, and it needs to be a yes for them as well as for you. And then you switch, and it's that simple. If you decide that you want to continue going after that, you sure can, but you also don't have to, right? The point is to create a low pressure, delicious experience. Some of my best erotic experiences with my partner have occurred when we actually were pretty tired and like not that much in the mood, but we had a sexploration date planned, and we said, okay, 30 minutes, here's what we're going to do. I want to receive massage for 10 minutes and then this thing. And okay, I want to receive this thing and that thing. And because there was no pressure, because we had clear boundaries and we were very clear in what we wanted to receive, it takes all the pressure off. And then we were so relaxed and like nourished at the end of it that we end up having sex, and it's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's connected because we're really open. So let me know what's landing. And if you would like to go deeper on this journey with a mentor who can help you accelerate and transform your sex life in just 3 to 6 months' time, instead of feeling frustrated or disconnected for another single day or even another decade, go to amayashiva.com and click on Apply for Consult in the upper right-hand corner. This is for those of you who truly understand the power of mentorship to accelerate getting you from where you are right now to where you want to be. Sending you so much love, and until we meet again.